naturally progresses to the next. So one of the other questions, which Dave has already kind of alluded to, well, to be honest, we mentioned it before the call anyway, but actually what the biggest areas of upskilling you needed as an individual. I'm going to put a restriction on this answer, and you can't say everything. So try and prioritize for us. But Dave has already said that marketing was a massive one. Would most people kind of mirror that? I know, Neil, you mentioned that you brought somebody on as a third partner who kind of, I guess, managed the financial side of things a little bit better. But how did everybody find those hurdles of the transition?
Sorry, I'm going to say sorry. Jump in quick on that. Just management, just managing people. Managing people was for me, managing coaches. I don't know if any of the coaches that have worked for me are on now, but I think I'm still not great at it. I'm trying to develop a leadership, sort of what makes a good leader, etc., etc. And it's important, obviously, to make sure that you leading. My role is like head of coaching in the gym, and almost a bit of strategy as well. So I think, the leadership side of things, say, luckily financially, got a guy I've literally never touched a penny in the till to bank any money. I've been lucky in that respect. But yeah, for me, trying to become a good leader and understand how to develop coaches. But obviously you're dealing with coaches who are in a rush. Some of them are in a rush because a lot of coaches at our place, do a really good job for us, but they're all looking to work in pro sport. I've got some PTs from the military who don't want to maybe move on as quick. So you've got a lot of different people. You've got young sort of undergrads as well. So we've got a right mixture. So I think for me, trying to become a better leader of these coaches has been probably the biggest thing that I've sort of tried to get better at over the years.
Nice. Mike, do you maybe want to expand on that? I'm making an assumption that you have lots of staff, and that's something that you've kind of had to kind of really develop or prioritize over the years, I guess?
A little bit. So right now our staff is about 16, but one thing that I've had some great mentors who helped me in that regards. And then immediately prior to starting the business, I had actually come from West Point Military Academy, the United States Military Academy, which is basically a leadership academy. And even as a coach, you're basically upskilled there to be a leader amongst leaders. So I think the coaching side of that was very beneficial, but then you really see the importance of leadership, not only being a good leader, but leading in the right direction. So, and studying different leadership styles and so forth, and have since taught some leadership classes. So I was actually fairly comfortable in terms of dealing with individuals and staff and different people of different backgrounds and so forth. But from my perspective, I had never really dealt with the business side of things. So, balancing a personal checkbook is one thing, but when you have things coming in and coming out, when you have to plan months in advance, when you have to plan large purchases, different licensures, different certifications, different CPD opportunities, you have to figure out when the AC breaks, how do you manage it? And that's a pretty expensive cost, or finding a real estate agent, or all of these types of different things that were just simply not in my skill set before. I didn't deal with it. I'd coach at a high level, but when I coach collegiately or with a pro team, you have people that do those things. You just do your thing. You may, at the collegiate level in the US, you recruit, but you certainly don't have to figure out who is the best plumber at the lowest cost to fix your toilet. You don't have to figure out what's the best repair plan for your heating and air conditioning unit. You don't have to figure out how you pay yourself and pay others. So the simple parts of, I think the first 2 years for me was effectively a in vivo real-time MBA program. You really have to learn quickly about the basics of running a business and staying alive, because if you don't quickly, you don't stay alive.